So these are ACOTAR characters based on like different bodies of water. Nesta would be like a whirlpool with like a monster in it. But then you find out that the monster has feelings and that you end up loving the monster. You get hurt? Yes, a little. But I mean, everybody needs love. Elaine would be like this waterfall because like it's really pretty, but you can't really touch it. Like you can't really do anything with it. Like you want to play in it, but the force would just like the immense force would just destroy you and you don't really get to do anything with it. So I feel like this is what Elaine would be. Moore would be like a koi fish pond because she's like very bougie, but she's also very pretty. So Moore would definitely be like a koi fish pond. Rhysand would be like an ice cube because he can melt in your mouth. If you leave him on a counter, he'll melt on your counter and make everything wet. Azrael would be like the North Sea because, like, you should just not fuck with it. Let's just not fuck with it because you fuck around and you're gonna find out. Like, nobody's meant to go into the North Sea. Just don't fuck around and find out. And this is another one of those things like a waterfall where you kind of like you want to play in the waves, you just don't want to get unalived by the waves, and you want to touch the waves, but you don't want to get unalived, but you're not allowed to. I know this is oddly specific, but I feel like Amryn would be like a lake, but like a lake specifically at a campsite because you don't know how many bodies are hidden under the lake. And you don't know how many Amryn has. And you kind of don't want to get in these waters because you don't know what's in it. You really don't. I feel like the cereal would just be like boba tea, but that's because he just wouldn't get the memo. And if he were to transform into like a body of water, he would just turn into this tea. But he would turn into two teas so that you can enjoy him twice as much. And since Favorite can't read, this would technically be her. Like she's a little hard-headed, but you need her. And also, it's not water, and we're all a little confused. And last but not least, I almost forgot, Cassian would be water from this lake. Because you know that shit tastes fucking fire. Everybody dreams of taking a sip of water from this lake. Imagine how fucking cold that shit is. To perfection. This is Rhysand. He wants to compete with this, but he can't. I didn't want to disgust anybody by putting a nasty water fountain, but let's just play pretend since we're already playing pretend and you've made it this far. I literally forgot about these two characters, by the way. But Tamlin would be like water from a really disgusting water fountain. Like, think of the most disgusting water fountain that you had in elementary or high school that you knew that the water fountain by Mr. Olinger's class is not going to be the water fountain you're going to drink from. And like you need to drink from like the water fountains at school cuz like how else are you going to get water? But like you really don't want to drink that water. It's just kind of there and you kind of like it's there, it's P for participation. It's there for participation. It's there to be there. It's kind of useful when you absolutely need it, but do you want it? No. I mean, I don't know. Some of y'all surprise me. That's okay. I like questionable characters too, though. Then Daddy Archeon would be like the small amount of water that you have in each and every single one of these water bottles that are under your bed and on your bed stand, and they're all around you and they're hidden underneath your bed and everything else. But every once in a while in the middle of the night, you take a risk and you get a little bit, and it's useful, but it's like a one-time thing, only a one-time thing. Other than that, it's basically plant food. You just take all these empty water bottles and you pour the rest of the water so that it's plant food, if you get what I mean. If you read A Court of Wings and Ruin, you know what the plant food reference means. I don't want to beat it over the head, though. I legit almost forgot about Ianthe because she's such a bitch. And I tried to find the least disgusting picture of this one as well. But Ianthe would be sewer water. She'd be that reclaimed water. Like just shitty water. Before it's purified. She'd be reclaimed water before it's purified. Just shit. If I missed anybody, please tell me.